Welcome to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast with Jacob Ayers, providing actionable content to help you along your journey to financial freedom through real estate investing. As the premier asset class, real estate has helped ordinary people just like you amass fortunes. The benefits of passive income from real estate investing will allow you to live a life you want. And now your host, entrepreneur, real estate investor, and apartment deal syndicator, Jacob Ayers.
Hi, and welcome to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast. You're listening to Friday Fundamentals with Jacob Ayers. This is a short episode that will air every week in addition to our weekly guest interviews. Here we'll talk about a quick real estate investing topic and provide resources and actionable content for you to implement every week. I want to give a shout out to a couple 5-star reviews from iTunes. Our first 5-star review comes from Doug, and it says, "Interested in real estate? Then this is the podcast for you. It's packed with interviews and stories from real estate experts who have successfully built wealth from real estate investing." Our next 5-star review from Robert says, "I never knew there were so many moving parts to investing in real estate. Great podcast with a lot of great information." Thank you for all the great 5-star reviews. I'm glad you're getting value out of the show. If you like what you've been hearing, please let me know by leaving a review on whatever platform you're listening on. I would love to give you a shout out next week. Previously, we talked about getting started investing in fourplexes and lifestyle design with our guest, Nathan Allen. Nathan is truly making real estate work for him and enjoying a life while building his portfolio. If you missed a show, I encourage you to go back and listen to it. With listeners from 13 countries and over 27 states from around the U.S., I bring to you this week's episode of Friday Fundamentals. This week's Friday Fundamental is Your Time Is Now. Teddy Roosevelt said, "The only man who never makes mistakes is the man who never does anything." I believe that 80% of success is just showing up, taking action, and learning as you go. After all, luck favors the prepared. It's said that the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is now. So what will you wish you would have done today in 20 years? No, really. Think about it. What will you wish you would have done today in 20 years? Is it watch the next episode of The House of Cards? Or maybe scour Pinterest for DIY ideas for pallet bed frames? Or maybe start educating yourself on a topic that you've been putting off? So why would you stop procrastinating and start taking action? Well, for one, it's much simpler than you think. Think back to a time when you put something off because you dreaded doing it. Maybe the dishes or getting an oil change in your car. Once you did it, you probably realized it didn't take as much time or effort as you thought. Taking action towards your goals is the exact same. And even better news, if you break your goal down into small steps, it immediately becomes much easier to accomplish. The hurdle getting started is often in your mind. You might be afraid that you don't know everything about the topic before you get started. Well, guess what? You'll never know everything. It's not even possible to know everything without doing it. So why try to learn everything there is to know about it before ever getting started? This is the single biggest mistake people make when setting out to accomplish something. So how can you learn not to let that get in your way? Well, start by breaking your goal, task, dream, whatever it is you're working on, into smaller steps. This immediately makes things achievable through small actions. And don't wait, it's not going to get any easier. You won't be more sure about it tomorrow. If you're having concerns about your probability of success, find someone who has done what you want to do. Join a network, find a mentor, and surround yourself with like-minded people. So let's put this all into a scenario. Say you want to retire in the next 15 years. Seems pretty daunting, right? So instead of just making excuses of why that's not plausible for you, or convince yourself that's not what you really want, rather, put together a plan of action. Simply start by setting your goals. Let's say you want to save $4,000 per month in passive income in 15 years so that you can retire. Great, that's the first step already done. You're already well on your way to accomplishing your goal. Next, outline what it will take to accomplish your goal. Let's say that's 20 rental properties that produce $200 per month each. Now you're making real progress by turning a dream into reality. Here's where it starts to get a bit harder. Now you have to start taking action. How are you ever going to buy 20 rental properties? Well, start with educating yourself. Read books, listen to podcasts, Surround yourself with like-minded people. You'll eventually learn how to find properties, analyze them, and find the best loan. Next thing you know, you'll have bought your first property, and then your second, and then your third. And before you know it, you will have 20 properties in 10 years, not 15 years. And by 15 years, you'll thank yourself for taking that one day to write down your goals and start taking action. You see how this all started with taking the first step? The best news, you can accomplish literally anything with this simple mindset. Anything in the entire world. Things you can't even imagine today. Things you didn't know existed. So take that first step. Take action. One day you'll look back and be glad you did. That wraps up this week's Friday Fundamentals with Jacob Ayers. If you're getting value out of the show, please let me know by leaving a rating and review. Please subscribe to the show to be notified of new episodes. You can now find the show in iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spreaker, and TuneIn Radio. We have some great guests lined up over the next couple weeks. We're going to be interviewing some guests who you can make a part of your own team. I'm going to continue giving shout-outs to people who have reviewed the show. I look forward to reading your reviews. As a thank you, I want to give you a gift. Click the link in the show notes to redeem your free Audible trial and free audiobook of your choice. And also, please let me know what you think of the show. After all, I'm here to help you, and that's where I want the focus of the show to be. So please, if you have any questions or comments, or just want to drop me a line, I'd love to hear from you. You can contact me at www.jacobayers.com or email me at info@jacobayers.com. Till next week, signing off, I'm your host, Jacob Ayers.
You've been listening to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast, providing you actionable content to build your real estate empire. Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for personal advice. The opinions of guests are their own. Information is not guaranteed. All investment strategies have a potential for profit or loss. The host is operating on behalf of the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom, LLC, exclusively.